In this video, we'll be talking about how to set up the schedule sheets in the Mechanical Productivity Pack. So this process has kind of gone round and round and round. Previously, we provided a file that contained all the schedules and all the details and kept that in another file, which then users could insert for whatever equipment they needed. However, this requires time on every project, time to do. And so we've come up with a faster workflow, and that is providing you everything, and then you eliminate what you don't have. So I have this is actually the cloud model here. This is our sample project that you guys will see in the PDFs. And what we've done is we've set up all of these sheets based upon either equipment type or energy plants. And basically you can pick and choose what you want. So let's take a look. So if we look at the M600 series schedules, we already have 5 schedules set up for plumbing. HVAC schedules, which is more general HVAC equipment that you would see on every project. AHU schedules, DOAS schedules, ERU, and VRF schedules. So these are all already here, ready to go in your project. You could essentially delete what you don't want. So I guess something needs to be said about the schedules in this cloud model. It's gotten, I guess some would say, a little ridiculous, but we have all of our electrical schedules and all of our keynote schedules and then the mechanical schedules. So there's a lot here. We've added specifics for how these are sorted, and we renamed these since the initial MPP release to keep schedule names shorter and also to provide better sorting purposes. So essentially under mechanical, essentially you're looking for this first category identifier. So air terminal, here's all the air terminal schedules. And then design schedules and component schedules, here's those. And then once you get into equipment, you're under M_equipment. So we use the same naming convention across plumbing, HVAC, and hydronic families. So they're all going to be similarly sorted. So there's a lot of schedules here, and it's a lot to look at. However, I think this will all be resolved in Revit 2018 because now they've implemented the ability to do browser organization on schedules. So you'll be able to collapse all of the mechanical equipment schedules. So this list, as daunting as it is, it'll be much easier to manage in 2018. Now, if you don't want all these schedules here, you could just eliminate all of the equipment schedules from here on down. And then essentially what you would do is you would insert sheets that already have these schedules placed based upon what you need. And we'll go and look at those sheets. So if you want a smaller schedule browser, that's my recommendation, is delete all the mechanical equipment schedules here. And same for MP, which is hydronic piping, and same for plumbing. And then bring in the stuff you need. However, I guess my workflow is going to be to have everything there, ready to go, the sheets ready to go, and then just remove what I don't need. So let's look at the first schedule, HVAC schedules M601. So like I said, these are meant to be schedules that are very commonly found on projects. So we have a rooftop unit schedule here that is been optimized for the rooftop unit family. Air handling unit summary schedule, energy recovery unit summary schedule, VAV boxes. We'll be talking about these summary schedules, exactly what that is. And then linear slot diffuser, an exhaust fan schedule, a GRD schedule, and then this is a condensed GRD schedule if firms want to use this. So the whole idea is to have this sheet ready to go, so designers and users don't have to spend time placing schedules, moving things around. We've specifically aligned everything to the left edge when everything used to be on the right edge, and that's because people are constantly turning on and off columns and adjusting widths, and aligned to the left edge. Now everything will stay nice and clean as users are making those modifications. The other thing I want to note is that these schedule sheets, as difficult as this was, we set this up for the smallest sheet size possible. It's always easier to show more information. However, it's very difficult to condense information. So we've specifically set these up for a 22 by 34 sheet size, which hopefully will help people out. Let's look at the AHU schedules. So there's a concept here of summary schedules and component schedules, and these we don't need. And that's to get everything to fit on a page. You know, so some of these schedules get very, very long, and you end up chopping schedules into 2 or 3 pieces, and it's kind of a mess. And then people do that over and over and over again. So this has been set up to provide a summary, and we don't have any air handling units placed right now. But essentially you have a summary schedule, and then you're breaking out the components. So primary and secondary fans, or secondary fans. So back to, you know, component-based scheduling, these are the components. Chilled water coil, heating water coil. If you had a DX system, you could schedule those coils independently, or electric heat. The same thing has been set up for the DOAS schedules. I've looked at some selections for DOAS units over the years, and I continue to just be surprised by how advanced they can make these systems with so many different components. You know, it sounds like it's like 4, you know, pieces of equipment all tied into one. But we have a solution for that, you know, and that's this sheet right here. I hope you guys like this, because we spent a lot of time in this. But essentially, we have a summary schedule, and then you can schedule all your components. So it looks like there's a lot of scheduled information here, but this is for every heating plant. So you're going to remove the stuff that you don't have. So you will have primary and secondary fans, energy recovery, but then you're going to choose whether you have chilled water, heating water, or if you have, you know, electric heat, or maybe you have, you know, an air source heat pump or a water source heat pump DOAS unit. So basically you're going to pick your components, but once again, everything's placed. So you're removing instead of having to add. Energy recovery schedules, exact same idea. And then we have a sheet set up for VRF schedules, since those are becoming more and more common on projects. So, you know, I guess my thought process is, you know, essentially you delete the schedule sheets you don't need, and then you move on. You could go and remove those schedules as well. And that's why it may be beneficial to remove all equipment schedules and then just insert the ones you want, so you don't have extra schedules in your project. But you guys can do it however you want to.